Guys, hope you guys are doing well.
That's gonna be good because we know
Got about 20 minutes until the market opens. Little bit of a mixed market this morning. Waiting on a few stocks. Waiting on LAC and Open Door, of course. You guys know that if you've been watching.
Of 118.07 billion. That would only be a slight increase, though, guys, from that print we got last year, 117.5 billion, or a little bit less than a half.
All right, I don't have much for you. VTIX, that one popped. We talked about that one yesterday. Cuts is down.
Picked up quite aggressively on the back of the iPhone 17. Analysts expect, though, iPhone revenue to be roughly flat to slightly down. That doesn't jive well with me because we've seen this upgrade cycle be a lot stronger than the 16s. So I'm not sure really how they're reaching that point. Services, their largest margin business, as we know.
And a lot of these that are up this morning I have never heard of, except for BHAT. BHAT's up 20%. 1-800-Flowers up 11% this morning. And then ROLR, told you guys about that one, that it could be a runner, and it's up. TAL, TAL, is up this morning. Haven't seen that one in a long time. That used to be $100 stock like a year ago. Dang, it's longer than that. 2021. Man, time flies. So, actually might be one of the days this week that we will trade.
For today, unless there is a move down,
or we will not trade that much today, so it's gonna be an interesting day. Flip this camera around, show you the screen. You guys know the deal. Subscribe to the channel, you guys, if you like undervalued, underrated stocks that are beaten up, stocks that are down like 90% most of the time. Those are the ones that I go after. Just because it's a value play for me. I can more than likely, if it's not going to reverse split or anything crazy like that, a lot of the times they will recover. It just might take, you just don't know how long it's going to take. All right. If you like those kind of stocks, then subscribe to the channel, you guys. Come out with stock picks every single week. So let me know what you guys are trading so I know what to talk about.
If there's a succession plan there and what that looks like for the stock, and that might give a little shakeup to it if they don't like
good morning
what is going on with Tim Cook. But look, man, massive free cash flow. Apple is this a machine?
Oh, we're waiting on a couple of stocks. There's a couple I want to look up
here today, but yeah, I think it's actually.
I gotta grab my mouse.
I mean, bouncing basically off. I mean, Neil just said the 250 mark, but we tried to get into the 200 period. It's been hit to the downside. You basically just have one up day in the last, who knows, in the last 30 days, like one real dramatic day, and that was 4 or 5 days ago. Other than that, it's been really beat up here. So I think it's fun to
Meta's up big.
So let's wait to see what winds up happening with Apple. I still
Tesla's up big.
It's going higher, not lower. And yeah, clear out for.
I wanted to check on BNAI.
Gemini coming through on Siri. I was just saying the big update is supposed to come in February, where Siri gets the whole relaunch and the whole OS is supposed to be revamped a little bit there. So we'll find out what that means for Apple and if that's on track and what they're talking about. But hey, it's the same story every quarter, man. Like Neil said, if it does get hit on dips, I think you want to try to buy it. I don't buy Apple at these kind of levels. It's just too much in the middle. I would say you either got to wait for that 200 period moving average.
All right, BNAI is up 5%, y'all.
And it does run to 290 anyways.
There you see it right there.
Still get your 10% that way.
This one could be a runner today. It was a runner yesterday.
Free cash flow.
And you can see the dip that it took this morning right there. 8 o'clock down to $51, back to 67. Watch out for this one, y'all.
Seems like they've been selling.
If you got the money, but make sure you're setting your stop limits, your stop losses, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, I like Apple tonight. I'm excited for it. That is for sure. All right, it's 9:12 right now.
Market is going to open here in a little bit, you guys.
Oh man, I might just sell my house just for the copper alone. Like, how much has that been added? I'm gonna go figure out how much the copper. Yeah, when was my house built? I gotta make sure there's tons of copper in there.
Let me know what you guys are trading. I'll pull it up here on the screen.
Yeah, get that bank. Yeah, exactly. Go through what Bubs did after. What is that? A wire one, Bubs? Okay, that's right on. He's actually maybe. When you said that, I thought you meant Trailer Park Boys. When the guy's stealing those carts and taking them in and Bubbles. Well, right there. But I was like, wait a minute. There's no copper in shopping carts. It's all like steel and stainless and all that. One of their hype was to knock down copper. Bubbles and his boy went to knock down one of those like light bulbs. Okay. They see one that's down, like, we take this to the metal man. We'll be here for a week. And so they're like, well, we knock down one of these things, get it to the metal man. Metal man doesn't pay that much. Well, now it must, because that's why I like it. I took, was it a dishwasher or something there? I guess dishwasher doesn't have that much metal in it. Or maybe no, it was I had like a stainless steel barbecue and the guy wanted to give me like $10. The thing was like huge and heavy and everything. Anyway,
hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys make some money today. Of course, as always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. I just talk about stocks I like. It's really all there is to it, you guys.
But you're definitely getting a little bit more than you were in the metals as we talk about gold, silver, and copper, and just about everything. We have just flying. And the miners.
See what Krispy Kreme's doing this morning. This one took a dip yesterday.
Everything to the upside. Another day, another all-time high here for gold.
Krispy Kreme. Getting some buys in this morning. Nothing but green candles. Out in space.
Way today, it'll probably be 6,000 when we come in. This is just unreal. It is unreal. I mean, the spot price, the futures price, take your pick. They're all marching up. Silver, as well as Neil mentioned, up almost.
Let's go LAC. We're waiting on this one.
Everybody's got a reason. Everybody's got an opinion as to why this thing's moving up. Let's talk about some of them. Some of the analysts here are saying demand is being driven, of course, by geopolitical.
That's what LAC. This is the dip on LAC here.
Uncertainty around rates and certain currencies. Where we'll talk about that in a second with the U.S.
This was the dip after hours yesterday. Huge dip after hours. Over 10%.
According to analysts, continues to underpin the move up with expectations of eventual monetary easing to boost non-yielding assets.
Down 4% this morning.
We get the 2 cuts later this year, as well as other central banks. But the U.S. dollar index down 11% in the past 12 months. There's an inverse correlation between the strength of the U.S. dollar and gold, so that obviously has a buoying effect. Analysts are arguing, though, that prices are being driven more by liquidity flows than the actual physical supply and demand. So it's a bit of a disconnect, Brendo, between the real markets and the speculation. And as a result, some people keep making...
GME looks kind of interesting this morning.
But the other side of the coin is, when these commodities trend, they trend for a while. Yeah, and that was kind of the narrative I was leaning on this morning when we were talking with Luis about those junior miners.
AMC screen this morning, still at $1.44.
Sell their product, but when it does,
Meta, $733. You could have got Meta yesterday.
I mean, I just pulled up GDXs weekly.
Man, what an incredible stock.
Beginning of 2025, this thing's just been straight to the upside.
From going from 669 to $734. Meta gave you guys intel. Going crazy. It's actually down this morning though. Got back to $48. It was $49 this morning. Guys, subscribe to the channel. We come out with stock alerts all the time, but every single week I at least try to give you guys a few stocks that could be runners. So let's get it, y'all. Let's get it.
And then look at the clean breakout of resistance later in the day. And then yesterday,
gold. Roll you into we're not doing much gold, and then late breakout at the end of it. It sets up a resistance level that it doesn't seem to want to punch through for the entire day. And then at some point, this time it was 2:30. Well, it was after Fed. I guess they waited for.
All right, what are you guys trading this morning?
Power hour before it did like just a crazy breakout. I think for gold, maybe wait for that. Whereas silver, on the other hand, what's been working is allow it to. I'm not going to save these commands, so they get marked up. Allow it to set up a trend, break the trend. Set up a trend, break the trend. Like this kind of a thing. Yesterday there was a really tight one on the 15 early that worked, and then there was a late one that you had to play after Fed. So it's,
there we go, like that size of
15-minute chart
window.
for me specifically on silver, let it set up a trend and then break it. And when it's trending up like this, it just requires a ton of patience. But when it's trending down, it's almost easier because if you're favoring the long, you wait for it to break the downtrend and you punch long, and it's been pretty good. So that's all I'm doing with
Looks
silver.
good, looks good. Thank you for the like.
To set itself up, which requires patience. I wasn't even in this thing until it was literally 10:30 or something.
Need some more green candles here for open door.
But for GLT, it's almost better if it just consolidates all day. You get these late breakouts and it goes in. So you can be patient, wait for that too.
Look, I wrote down silver here. I've been trading it a lot lately, but there's silver 105 long. I don't. Now it's gone. But I was gonna say, like, we're trying to play the 200 period as a guide there. You can check the. I'll put it in the chat for everybody. But yeah, I mean, there it goes. Like, we're writing this stuff down when it's at 107 here, you know, and I'm just saying, like, oh, 105. You know, if that comes in, and I wrote down yesterday's closing prices, you know, but there she goes. So. I'll play on the monetary system as well. Right?
Solana's down.
Really lost faith in what Bitcoin stands for.
A lot of cryptos down this morning.
So they're running to silver, they're running to gold, and it is just like, this is up, you know, on the year. I mean, this is kind of feels like it might be even just getting started. I was laughing the other day when some analyst was like, gold or silver just getting started. I was like, what? This is $70 Jan 1. So now you're at 110. You're at 55% in.
Wonder what this one's doing.
20 trading days or less. So, I mean, this name just keeps on putting 5% on its head.
Marino.
Again, another 5% here today. So, these are lines. And
stock looks interesting here.
That's a 21. That's
on the
50,
weekly.
That's the VWAP, that's the 200. They're all pointing up. They're all saying, let's go. It is full steam ahead on silver. Generally speaking, like I've had written down here on the notes, let's take pre-market high breaks. Like we've been taking those all the time. You know, like yesterday's pre-market high. I guess we should have zoomed back out on this one. You know, you see yesterday there's the move down in silver, made the move, and then once we finally broke this 102.50 in the after when the announcement was going on, he started to skyrocket upside there as well. But today we don't really have a pre-market high to sort of break, so we've already done that at 108 and change. That goes from this morning. I think a pullback into this area makes a little sense, 108.50. But I think Neil's right is just wait to see what this action is, because it's going to collapse one day like real bad. It just takes somebody that's some sort of a whale or somebody to dump whatever silver they have, or someone's going to say something. We got a little bit of a scare yesterday when either Hassett or I can't remember who it was.
Joby Aviation's down this morning. Plans. Joby plunges after announcing plans to raise $1 billion in convertible bonds and stock. $1 billion.
Ripped right back up. So yeah, it really feels like this.
Price is $600 million. Convertible note offering. Oh my God. $11.35.
Silver stop, or the BNAI is going to stop investing.
What the fuck are they building?
And they're going to go out with silver.
I guess drones are that expensive.
Fun and funny and jokes. If any of those types of headlines are getting said for real, then we got to talk. If I start to see that kind of nonsense, or just
that's interesting.
You know, we're just
JOBY.
Some small cap. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I feel like that'll be signaling us the top.
This one's down.
We haven't seen anything like
big time this morning, y'all.
Came to it, which I think is actually
valuation fears. 11.34. It's definitely going to be dropping under $11. Probably going to be selling off when the market opens.
Very good, stable balance sheet, and happening in gold is not like it's not crazy. Maybe not the best prices here, but it's
Look
not
at
a
these
crazy notion.
candles.
It's an old one to have.
Jesus.
Have that stable balance sheet. What has a stable balance sheet?
It's not going to be
pays a
pretty.
dividend, isn't considered sexy. Is up 8%.
This ain't going to be pretty at all.
And it's not a secret what we're going to talk about next because it's right there on the news.
Yeah, it was a no doubt positive report last night after the close, just straight to the upside. The second the numbers hit, we went from basically 292, 295, all the way up to 325, where we're hanging out this morning, 315, 320 for IBM on better results. They did make a lot of comments I was reading about the quantum space, and a lot of people taking that this morning and saying this is probably not good for the Rigettis of the world and other smaller
11:33.
names in that group that we've touched on many times.
And what they said specifically, Brady, and it came from the CEO.
Yeah,
by the way,
Rigetti was an amazing
Marvin
trade for us
Krishna
yesterday.
reiterated that IBM is on
RGTI.
track to deliver its first ever large-scale quantum computer by 2029. So a
Who?
lot closer than one would expect. Definitely before the end of the decade, if you believe his timeline. Let's talk with the earnings, Brendo. It wasn't a huge beat or anything like
IBM.
that. 452 EPS beating 432 on revenue of 19.69, beating the 19.23. But what really stood out to me here
$5
was
billion.
profitability, net profit doubling, nearly doubling year over year, up to 5.
This was a good trade for us yesterday. Gonna be watching this one today. Rigetti's
Their guide
2158.
looks decent as well, guiding 5%.
Meta's
full-year
up
revenue growth,
10%.
but that's moderating a
Just
little
got done
from the
talking
8%
about
that
it.
They grew at last year, but still a good headline number.
Just got
Ahead of
done
the
talking
4.6
about it.
expected by the street, and free cash flow now expected to rise by over $1 billion, hitting $14.7 billion, supporting the dividends and the buybacks that the company's engaging in. So not about look there. And their software revenue. I'm just going to go through some of these categories. Up 14% year over year, Brendo, to $9 billion.
Loads down today. LODE
and infrastructure revenue, which they make a lot
down
of.
13%. That one could pop.
They have up 21%.
That one could definitely pop.
That does make sense. So with the data center build out.
Some of the smaller names, as we mentioned, on the quantum side, here's Rigetti downside this morning. Most of them looking like this, guys, on, for the most part, a really good report here for IBM.
Well, I'm looking at this one up. The last time, let's put it this way. IBM has been paying dividends since Babe Ruth was a pitcher. 100
That's wild.
Streak. I was kind of thinking of like a big baseball anecdote.
That's a good one.
So like,
Comstock. This one's down.
Just like
Babe Ruth was playing around there.
1916. Because I think when we get traded to the Yankees and after the last
Honus Wagner.
Yeah, Honus Wagner back then. Hey, that just sold again. I think.
No, the Golden is there. Yeah, it's at 3 points. I was looking last night. It's at 3.6 million right now.
Okay, yeah, so that's
This is load on the
IBM
weekly.
It's not unbelievable. It was a good Q.
Load on the month.
Like
I might buy some of
You
this.
point to good cash flow position, which supports a dividend.
It might pop.
I think the way
LODE. Watch out for it.
Here, like kind of a fail to high, at least for now.
TMC
You gotta go back
is
to,
down
312,
again 5%.
315, if not 310, like somewhere in that range.
I would short it.
Percentage range as it's trending down in to look for a dip. We've seen the story before where it looks really good, but it never catches that bid. It's going to have to do some kind of a trend break. I love the stock.
Jet AI is down again.
I'll be real with you. But if after this report, it
Really like it at 22 cents.
Sign me up. Like the 50 period, that's 390.
See this big green candle over here?
That's a dip buy.
What did I just tell you guys?
It probably takes 2 or 3 days.
What did I just say about this stock?
I'm certainly buying.
Look at that.
Here, just not buying.
Yeah. So
Big green candle.
No, this one.
$3.20. Told you it could pop. And it's going.
Collecting those dividends. It was really a sleeping giant for a very
Gone.
long time and didn't do a whole heck of a lot. Right now, it looks like it wants to break out again. So yeah, IBM, like, just get the name in your portfolio. But realistically, buying something up 8% is difficult to do. I understand that. So I would wait for a little bit of a pullback, especially if you do think there's a washout coming. You can almost wait until the end of earnings season. We've seen complete reversals in some of these names, right? I mean, I think this was the last one where it was all the way down into the.
She's about to blow.
Almost certain this was an earnings day. Made a move down into the 200, then just took off straight from there. Obviously, this earnings report is going to be different because we got this big middle finger of the shorts, but it still could top tick there and pull back.
Yeah,
So
she's
for me, just
going.
waiting on IBM, you can see the trend is now a little lower here today. NASDAQ now turned red.
Rigetti,
We started the day up a little bit
2151.
there, and now it's turning into that red zone. So I would say stay away from some of these big names. Even stay away. I mean, we talked about Meta. I'm even staying away from Meta up here. Like that's kind of climbing higher. I would love for her to come back in and buy dips. So I'm not saying stay away from this name, but you know, with this sort of increase play here, up 10% at the day's high, is very nervous about what this NASDAQ is trying to do. But Meta doesn't have to follow the NASDAQ.
Hey, welcome in, you guys. Hope everybody's doing well.
But yeah, I like IBM. I like that dividend about 3%. An easy way to catch a little bit of a.
Rigetti's dropping a little bit here this morning before the bell. Got a few minutes, you guys, before bell opens. Open door might go green.
Yeah, it's not gonna look like that. Anyways, Meta getting a pop today.
Almost 740 now for Meta.
Yep. Gonna be a crazy one. All right, 2 minutes left. And yeah, here we go. The IPO. Let's go find out the details. I'm gonna probably take this one long, but
It's a matter of how much I like it. It's not.
yeah, the last couple haven't worked out. But let's go talk to Sharif or Brendan about it because we only have a minute before this market opens.
It might be in the right space, a little more interesting, anyways, in the space. York Space Systems, in fact, coming to the NYSE.
Orbs is up.
Is going to be the symbol.
Dang.
I mean, 30 to 34 bucks.
I almost bought that one yesterday, bro. It's up 17%.
Let's see what happens.
Not bad. What I would notice right away is that it was priced in the range.
Dang, that one got away from
you.
you.
A lot of the ones over the range, they'll be like $2-3 over. So that's the first thing. Upsize float. They increased the size of the float by 15% from 16 million up to 18 and a half. It has tier 1 support. By that I mean the likes of Goldman, Jefferies, Wells Fargo, all underwriting it. Market cap and valuation at $34 a share. It'll be 4.34 billion. And we expect it to start trading today.
All right, ORBS is up.
Probably during the midday.
Running right now.
Expect that to show up somewhere around that. Remember, 10 o'clock.
It's running right now.
Apple after the close. Good luck.
Yeah, I actually did a little bit. I was
Look at that.
last night. I mean, generally speaking, it's the IPO is like between 11:30 is like the earliest you can get it. It seems like, and then 1:30, sort of the latest. One of the last ones was 1:30. Was Gemini.
The big one's 1:30 is about as late. It's always before 2 o'clock.
You don't mind if it's later either if you're going long.
Oh, I
The
thought.
longer it is.
I mean, there's more interest. And speaking of
All right,
interest,
market's
we have
open.
some interest in Beta Pro.
Ding, 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 ding,
as
ding.
We ring the opening bell right about now.
Go.
Didn't get a chance to talk specifically about Bitcoin. So I'm shorting the 50-30 on Bitcoin. That's the first thing. So
Here we
prior
go.
lows yesterday, I like the short, but much like yesterday, if you just fall off, I'll look
Buckle
at
up.
the $50 level on HIBIT, I should say, down at 88,000. Meta is already 740 just broke on Meta. Now 741
Neo's up.
as it just continues to go. It did reach these levels. It was 741 top in the aftermarket yesterday. So this is
Sell off there. SMX is down $14.
Palantir is not going to break higher, it seems.
Tesla's not doing much.
Yeah.
It's so both winners and losers are going in their respective way right here. Microsoft breaks that low of 445. Now we're into 437. As Microsoft who thought Microsoft's gonna go SSR? Put your hands up. I mean, come on. I was not expecting that one. Here it goes.
Oh, man. It's not looking good.
Get the bounce. So this is what I'm trying to say right here with Meta is maybe that might be the high. I don't know. It's down to
Big
$1
red
now.
candles for
Microsoft, here it
open
goes.
this morning.
It is going to get SSR. NVIDIA, you just say what's going on with AMD.
AMD is up to $260.
Okay, I was going to say, as long as it's not going opposite of NVIDIA.
Well, that's not going to flat bottom break to 250 anytime soon. That's certainly for sure, obviously. And Palantir, the other name that we were discussing, there was a lot of chatter about Palantir because of what happened to it yesterday. That broke yesterday's low almost instantly. So that just went red. And for everyone asking in the chat, SSR means short sell restricted.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If a stock goes down 10% from the prior close on the North American markets, the uptick rule goes into effect. That means you cannot hit the bid on. I have Tesla up right now. You can't. Hit
All right, we'll buy a few more shares at 5 at 6.5.
Why is AMD doing that?
So I don't know why AMD is doing that, Sean. I'm questioning that myself.
Calm down. Hey.
Who knows? But Tesla. Okay, so Tesla is actually bouncing. I still want to see a 15-minute candle holding 438. And the other thing that we're looking at, obviously, is going to be silver.
FIGR is down 5%.
Still
Quit.
kind of consolidating here. It needs to set up a trend. For me
I think that goes open door.
One way or another.
Dropping like it normally does.
This is NVIDIA right
And it
now.
just gave up 7.
Big red candle, nothing but
Yeah,
red.
I mean,
That's a real nice.
mentioned to everybody, I would not be longing Meta up here, and there it goes.
Going down.
NVIDIA. We had written down 190, but there it goes. It's only 9:30.
If I have any,
Let's just relax for a couple seconds there. I was going to short AMD up through 160. 260. That was the top tick there. Shorting it, I don't know. There. That's hilarious. Like it was just at 259.50, and then it literally bumped $1 in one print. This is what we're talking about. People are marketing in. Like, look at this. It was just at 260.50, and I was like, oh man. Like, so if you just took a 260 short, you just lost 50 cents probably there, and now it's $1.50 in the money. So explain that to me. Why I'm going to sit here and put in real shares into something like this.
alright, 2 more shares.
260 short would
in
have
the bank.
as it comes right back up.
GRND.
Here's 193. See you later,
52-week
man.
low.
Let's go, man. We really enjoy this stock. I mean, this has been such a nice little banger right there. We said yesterday this is going to be the trade for today. Maybe we should take a little bit of a break here of 194 or 193.50, whatever that is right there. Yeah, basically 194 on NVIDIA, but it's starting to go upside right now. That's going to be a good trade. I think I'll take that break. I just wanted to see exactly what that level was, but it is a nice little break happening on NVIDIA. Even right now, the break is already on.
LAC.
That's yesterday's high level into the close, but there it goes, man. NVIDIA still ticking higher and higher. Silver's not doing, we should have been long NVIDIA already. Silver's not doing a whole heck of a lot here.
Yeah, it's
Could fade, but we're waiting for some key levels to come through on silver, and then just check back. We haven't even looked at Tesla yet. Another earnings name. So again, we're not. I wrote down for. Yeah, RCL reported, right? And there it is, nice downside move there.
Scooping them
432.
up.
This is the level that we said to look out for. We were never going to sit here and take that trade, but there it goes, breaking back down. I guess they don't like the Tesla report either. Did Softy go 10%? Yes, it did. So now your SSR on Softy. Wow, man, everybody is giving it up. Were you smart enough to sell Meta at the top or what? Meta's still going to be okay, though. Meta's still up 9%.
So that's why you don't want to chase at the open when you're gapped up like that. I don't know if you want to chase RCL with a report and up 13%. CCL is going to be up on sympathy. So if you're looking for bullishness, because the market doesn't really have much of it right now, you're probably going to have to look at small cap somewhere, or you're going to look at these cruise lines. My goodness, yeah, Tesla's really losing the bet. We were joking around about the one. We weren't joking around, but we were saying this 150 and passing on Palantir. That support level at 150, it's going to get there at this rate. So yeah, there's no way I thought this was going to be a thing, but it looks like it is going to be a thing on Palantir at the 150. Let this one calm down, or starting to short 50 level. The only thing I'm trying to short is that I did right now.
Oh man, silver's coming in quite nicely as well. We have
Alright, open door getting shorted to oblivion. LAC getting shorted to oblivion.
See what that's doing. It's starting to go to the upside. I'm short this name against 259.50. I'm not going to give it to this 260 again to get run like that. So we'll wait. We're short right now on. Okay, here it goes. We're short on AMD. Now there it is, man. You're instantly in the money right there, $1. So we are doing it again right now on AMD. Let's just see how far it can go. We are now almost. Well, it's fucking change. Let's get out of 20% right there at 50s. There it is, man. It's $1.50 in the money. We got it again right there. I will see if this one can go into the gates of hell for advanced micro devices. It's now $1 and $2 now in the money to the downside here on advanced micro devices. As we get lower and lower, I will take out another fill. There it goes, man. AMD, see ya. We waited for the trade. It's there. There it goes.
We have super chatting here very quickly. Control Alt Escape. Can you get
Control Alt Escape.
JPM to the upside off a trend break on the daily chart. We bought it at 297, taking light profit today. Swing target 330. But I'm looking for where there might actually be some strength today. Yeah, JP Morgan. I haven't looked at the other banks. That's pretty darn clean off the 300 level. Love that support on JP Morgan.
Doge is dropping.
Stanley, so it is what it is. Like, you kind of pick and choose. I like the deal making. Got an IPO again
Those going down.
as well, and
Big
that's
time.
bouncing off the 50 period moving average. I think you can't go wrong if buying quality stocks, for sure. Whether or not you can do that today on Microsoft, I don't know. But IBM did dip, and if this is a real wick, we tagged 312 once. Might have to do it again, but this is looking at least a little bit strong. Man, are you kidding me? I did. Yeah, Bitcoin already heading to the downside. We got another super chat. Oh, really? What about AppLovin? Ooh, I don't know much. Does AppLovin have a story today? I don't think so. I don't think AppLovin's got a story today. It's up, which is not what the market is doing. Yeah, it's just another one.
Confirm, no story.
No story. So just another bounce. It's just another bounce off support. I think with AppLovin, I'm not a gigantic fan. To be real with you, like there's more enticing things at 200 period moving averages and support levels. Right? Like I'm actually looking at this move in Microsoft the same with when. It's hard not to like it here, but we always talk about the 3-day rule. But it's hard not to want a DCA like 420, picks them up at 380. This is getting stupid. 10% down on Microsoft after that quarter. No, thank you.
We will we'll take $4.
THH is up 12%. Wow.
We get a 254.25.
AIIO.
Sort of where we started the day. Could start to
Wow.
back up. I'm out of 60% of this. Let me take another piece right here. Out of 60% right now. Now out of about 5% or so of AMD. I'm still bidding near the lows here of 254.25. One more time. If we can get that fill one more time, we'll try that. And then the pre-market low is 253. So we can. That would be 253 would be something else, but. Let's see if we can get a bid down there at 253 as this one continues to go. So see you later on AMD. All right, so Tesla, just go back in. I mean, welcome everybody. Yeah, hit your like, hit your subscribe as we show everything. Yeah, 425 down 1%. Not a big move for Tesla, right? I mean, 1%. Generally speaking, you'll get that on a normal day, not an earnings day, but it is straight down. I like the idea of focusing on Optimus and everything and the robo-taxis, but the market right here, not appreciating what they had to say yesterday. And if Elon can't save it, then who's going to? And there it goes all the way down to the downside. A little bit of a
There's plenty of other people that could save it,
now
bro.
for AMD. Let's take out another piece here. I just don't want to get caught with being too greedy with all these plays. We'll take out another. Oh, did I just get that? Yes, I did. So I just got 255.85 for $2 or so on that one. Wow, about 230. All right, let's see what Apple's doing. Apple again, like if we're seeing what's happening right now with these names. I don't know what Meta's doing, but we saw Microsoft getting crushed there.
Meta hasn't had a green candle.
So Meta's down as well. So no surprise here that Apple continues to fall down a little bit. And then our good friend Google as well. That was probably falling to the downside. This would be the name that I buy on any kind of weakness here, Google. So we'll have to wait for the long-term account. We'll have to wait to see where that's going. Hopefully AMD and everything can keep on making its moves lower. NVIDIA was a 190 look for me yesterday and today. But right now we're still short on AMD, so we're gonna have that one settle down before we wind up, doing anything here with NVIDIA. But yeah, that's
425 just went on Tesla. 152 just went on Palantir. I cannot believe Palantir might actually get to that 150. So I came back to VWAP. Look, every single day I like a pop and fade in this thing, and if it doesn't pop, then it's the fade off the volume weighted average price early, which. That obviously worked yesterday. We'll just do it against the into.
Come on now.
Not yesterday.
Quit.
Wednesday's low is going to be the play. You mentioned silver, but let's show it again. It's holding up pretty nicely. It just bounced off the volume weighted average price. There's still no distinct trend, but there is one forming, and it's to the downside. Right? Like if you have from the pre-market highs, it's still forming one. I'd still give this at least until maybe like 950. Get a couple more candles in there for sure. And my goodness. Right, Palantir now crossing 151.5. It wants 150 at this point. There's almost no question of getting down. But it's a huge support level on Palantir. That's the only reason we're bringing it up.
That is wild.
Until Monday. But Meta as well. Like Meta was breaking 741. Now look at this thing. You're coming back in 700 seems like a reasonable support level. That was our initial resistance when we were live with you guys. We popped the 700. Consolidated for a bit, and then it went absolutely ham. As we're still heading downside heavily here. I see in the chat, feed apparently is going again.
Is it? Good for that.
Get it, feed. Oh my goodness.
Up another 38%.
38%. Oh no! We joked about this that feed is feeding the shorts, something they do not want. No, this is Yeah, we're the brown pants today if you're short this stock. Feed up 40%, past $3. This was $1 stock yesterday, and now it's a $3 stock 10 minutes into the open. This thing is wild.
So AMD
151.
breaking VWAP right there. We just took another fill at 255 again, right there ahead of the 200 period. Sorry, the 50 period moving average. I'm still going to wait. I'm still waiting down here for another fill. So here it comes. We're bidding 254.25 to get over the third of what we have left. And there we go. Now that will put us in 20% left. So we have 25%. 25% left right now on AMD as we just grabbed that bottom tick again there on AMD. Meta still going southbound. What? 717, Neil. I didn't realize it was that aggressive right there. So yes, sir, we do have the banger on AMD, man. That's been an absolute monster. I didn't realize IBIT broke 50. I see that on your screen now as well. But there it goes, man. Meta to the downside pretty aggressively. And then, like we said, this is the problem with day one of earnings plays. You don't know where the bottom is going to be or the top, so you can get it both ways. But Microsoft right now might be telling us a story of 430. Just came right into that. It looks like it wants to bounce off of it. Not really anything for me technically on a 430 level here, but you know, psychologically, maybe that was the stopping point. And we said as soon as it got SSR, you sometimes do see false bumps a little bit. So not that this was a false one, but we're going to wait because still very, very early. We don't even have, like, we just have a close of 2 5-minute bars. DXY kind of not doing
Yo, sub General X.
Kind of our,
Yeah, man. It seems
silver.
seems like it, huh? Like I know my portfolio's down today, and
level on an ETF. So that doesn't
some
really
other
matter
stuff
too
that I'm
much
looking
there.
at. Just,
And then the other one would be
this feed stock is going wild right now. FEED.
Yeah, down
Palantir getting
down slightly here
crushed.
on gold, off the open. Dare, I haven't been able to say hi.
Oh,
to you.
really?
So, hi,
Into
Dara.
it in
How are you doing? And
CRM.
what story do you have for us?
Hey, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well. I just want to let you guys know some of these earnings calls are happening right now, including that of MasterCard, but I want to mention Boeing. Boeing's apparently going to be building 4 additional
Feed
FH
up 45%. Wow.
U.S. Air Force helicopters here for BA. That's going to be on watch. Just wanted to mention that headline. We do have some economic data coming at 10 a.m. That would be the factory orders month over month as well as wholesale inventory.
Biggest loser in the market is still GUTS.
AMD is now $5 in the money, so we'll
Down
finish it off.
67%.
Randy brings us
Quit. Can you set a high-low source? Oh my God, bro.
There's nothing catching a bid that I can see outside of IBM and Intel. IBM's at VWAP for what it's worth.
I'm sorry, guys. Hang on, man.
A particular catalyst is above VWAP and trying to break higher. So if there's a kernel of strength in the tech stock, it's for whatever reason going to be in Intel and IBM makes sense to me because I like their good quarter. But Intel being up is
down 1%, dude.
Yeah, we're already down the point. I don't know why Intel is even up. It's like this stock, if anything, should be selling back in. All right, Palantir is getting even closer. If you're looking at this level 150, it's obviously going to be a heavily trafficked area. I don't expect we see 150, then it would be clean. There's almost no chance it's going to be clean off the 150 level. The wick lows are all the way down to 147 on the daily chart for Palantir. So this could travel through once or twice before coming back in. But if it trend breaks, that's what I'm going to
Freaking cat's going crazy.
If trend breaks, you're resuming that downtrend on SLB. There we go. I'll pull this over so you guys can see better. And now you've really got a downtrend going on SLB. And so if it breaks that, that's what I'll like to the long side. If it gets to support, that's a different story. Support being the highs of yesterday at about 106. So silver was holding up better, but now that it's showing some weakness, that gives you something to revert. You can't buy the dip reverting long in silver, which is worked. So it starts going down. Side.
All right, we got more open door.
Investor.
Huge red candles.
Super chat.
We're getting crushed.
If you've been saying that for a while, it's been wrong. And in the bull market,
Yes.
you got to. Well, I mean,
I don't know the answer to that.
We're down 2%.
we still have Apple earnings. We still have Alphabet earnings. We still got Amazon. Like, there's just so much that has to happen. So I'm not calling a top today.
I mean-
day after the Fed is usually the wrong day to make a decision.
Anytime you call something, like, it's, are we talking about the top of the NASDAQ?
Buy more at 562.
Yeah, it's just
Like
like,
in the S&P.
yeah, I think you never want to do something like that until you do say what go through what you said there. You got to go through earnings season first, and there's so many big names still to come.
RVSN's down
Sure, we just had the
5%.
big stack yesterday, but you can just throw out many names out there that will affect the market.
Speaking of-
Speaking forward, geez, Google's still down that 1%. I mean,
But yeah, you can set the VWAP whatever you want it.
Down there at 253. Got another fill there as I took a 254 fill.
Yeah, you can set the VWAP wherever you want it.
On that note, we think we'll here at 30. We'll build that level and then try to get that out. But yeah, Google, go over to Neil's screen. I mean, that one's really getting hit to the downside. And then it was one day before SoFi earnings.
All right, just bought more.
Yes, because I guess.
And we'll buy more when it drops under 560.
Closing earnings, if there is. There was not yet actually, Andre. As there was PanW, I think was the most famous Friday. Remember they kept rescheduling and everything.
I remember that.
And eventually it was on a Friday. But if you are a savvy Canadian trader, then you would be looking to boost your exposure. You can now tap into the Nasdaq 100 and S&P 500 with Beta Pro 3 times daily levered ETFs featuring built-in FX hedging. Is aimed to amplify short-term market moves while minimizing the impact of, you guessed it, currency swings. Whether you're feeling bullish or bearish, these ETFs are built for active day traders ready to take on the market. Please read the full risk disclosure in the prospectus at betapro.ca before investing. Those levered ETFs and everything are great tools for day traders. But check it out. There's obviously a time decay. And everybody watching this show, you know about that because Neil and I discuss that all the time. But yeah, it's funny because I was watching another channel, something called BNN, and it was programming is not really where we are, but they did have an ad for Global X on there as well. So they're making a push. Go check out Global X for sure.
NASDAQ, S&P, Bitcoin, all down. VIX is up. Russell's up.
Switching the show everywhere he can. What is he dealing? Silver over here? Oh, minus 2K. Okay, 30 contracts. All right, so $1.50 a contract on silver. I mean, the thing about
Everyone has to have a trade plan. Like, I don't know what your out was, what's your risk tolerance.
I was just gonna say, like, right, like what is when do these expire? But at the end of the day, I would not panic about silver. Like, I don't know how much that's worth to you to let those things expire, but silver has crazy runs, and like just because it just touched down on the 200 period. Oh my God, what did I write down?
It's actually trying to break
right
now.
So it's trying to break it back to the upside here for silver. So don't panic too much on this, but I think Neil just nailed it. Like, you got to have a trade plan. So if you've dumped into this trade $5,000 and you're down $2,000, you're down 40%. That's probably pretty reasonable, considering you're probably trying to shoot the moon on this, right? So I don't see any reason for silver going down today, but watch the US dollar would be my take.
Wow, Solana's down to 121.
That's yesterday's
I'll buy.
closing price. So
I think I'm gonna buy some.
Chance to make the move back in. Yeah, there it is. Bouncing
But
nicely
dang
on
it,
200.
everything's
So
down.
Eddie, the dealer, if you're gonna ask me where to cut bait on this or bail, I would say a break of basically this pre-market low 107. And you can even, if you want to get a little bit, save a little bit of cash on that and not hold it all the way. And again, this is not financial advice. You're just asking us for some levels. 107.50 is the current low. So, sometimes when levels break, it can get pretty ugly. So do your best on that one. And I'm sorry about that, Eddie. I hope you had some big wins to sort of counteract that. So.
And hopefully, if you've been trading silver long, then hopefully you have. But yesterday's high is also Monday's high. Like, you have a double top at this 106 level. So anybody, like, if you're swinging something, for it to not even lose this double top that it gapped up over, like, hopefully that wouldn't be concerning whatever you're down, because I feel like minimum risk is until it breaks somewhere under that. Speaking of,
you can put the YSS order in, by the way, but it's not doing anything.
oh, okay, so we have.
So we just have a huge drop here, man. Once again, OPAD's down 5% as well. OPAD.
This is what this looks like.
OPAD.
YSS, Yellowstone. They're going to come it's a space name. I'll have to figure out exactly. I was reading about it.
Man.
Again, I don't want to tell you guys. Maybe Derek, can you do like maybe a 30-second rundown on YSS? For people, no, yeah, take your time. There's no rush. But it's not, here it is, right? I should just highlight it so we can see it. It's not like an aggressive mover here on the imbalance locator. So we only have 114,000. That's nothing. I told Neil, if this thing's like under 500,000 for the paired volume, then I don't even think we need to participate, because the idea of trying to buy the opening print on these IPOs has to be with demand. And it's like, I don't want to say you're the sucker, because I don't know where it's going to go. But like if I put into this imbalance, say even 1,000
Add
shares,
two EMA VWAPs with one being high and the other being
Literally
low.
not taking the opening print on this.
Yeah.
Balance said is not
Huh.
at least a few
million. Yeah, I was going to say million.
Interesting.
500,000.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know a ton about it.
That was up 38%.
Where I've got mine seems to be working for me normally, but
for hospitals in there, and we talked about over
most of the time when it's under,
and there it goes, man.
it's bullish for me.
We started talking about this last week.
But Open's been, losing
as the market
every day.
is getting fed downside rate here. Oh, I didn't even realize we got that.
That's pretty cool though. I'll have to look into that.
Phil, just like look at that crack. That cracked the low of the day and just dropped like $1 instantly. That went $1 rate back up. Oh boy, man, that is a $5 winner right there. As we get into the Lambo, that's not a Model S, because can't get those anymore. But I guess that could be one for driving it right now. All right, Adara, what you got for us?
There's not too much info on this company. It's also not called Yellowstone. It's called York Space Systems. They said they're going to be, this is just their website. This very, very hard to read font says, we design and manufacture all phases from space-based infrastructure to secure data routing and advanced technologies. We deliver mission-critical solutions that ensure global connectivity, resilience, and strategic advantage. So basically, very, very opaque space stuff is how I would summarize this business, because it's kind of hard to find any info on them. This is their website, though, York Space Systems. Even the menu is very hard.
Man, this market is rough today.
YSS. Apparently, they got a partnership going back to July 2nd. That is the most recent announcement this company has had. That's like over 6 months old, guys. Back to you.
I was trying to read that. What did it say about baseball?
Down.
Why are they showing 25 years ago?
I understand that, but I don't understand. What the hell's a jersey patch deal? Should everyone short this thing?
No, but if we've got a jersey patch deal, why are you showing me Dante Bichette from like the guys?
Because they're trolling us.
We're being
trolling with the Bobichette
patch deal 20 years ago.
With the Bobichette.
That doesn't even make any sense. No, but like if you look here, it says they have the #1 provider, the U.S. Department of Defense, proliferated warfighter space architecture. I mean, that sounds all well and good, but I don't know, man. I haven't trouble trusting somebody that would have that up there and then you don't have recent footage of the rocket. Well, that is just beyond bizarre. Anyways, I'm not going to worry too much about it, but I do think that it's binary right now. The open interest is still 1/3 of a million shares. That is absolutely nothing. This is a great super chat from Eddie, and I want to give an applause. I don't know. There's like a fist bump one we can maybe do, but Eddie the Trader, if the chat has questions and can't afford a super chat, reading the best questions, I'll ask Sean Neal for you. I'm here to support too. Eddie, that's unbelievable gesture. We tried.
By the way, you could do a penny. I mean, I understand that. I understand that people don't want to hook up their credit card and all that, but that's a great point.
We try to get to as many as we can. Sometimes
we're always looking at the chat. If there is something there, we will definitely call it up. The super chat just lets us see it. It's not like we're cherry picking those, but we do. If you do contribute, it's nice and we do like to answer those. But
that's very fair.
All right, so you're in nothing. I'm only in one trade.
It just hit the low, so
it was Microsoft again.
Like I was looking to play the range. It didn't get to 50. It didn't get to 50-30. So we short VWAP because it's the only place you can. We reloaded VWAP, and then it got to what day is today? Thursday, so Tuesday's low. So 2 days ago. That's 49.4 that it just bounced off of. So I'm out because it went to structure, and then I'll just play the next available pop. Maybe it pops to VWAP like yesterday. Maybe it doesn't. I have no idea. We'll look at whatever is going to be next. My sights then go over to silver, because that's the only thing doing something remotely around what the plan of action was going to be, which is it's trending one way, clearly trending to the downside, holding up better than the market, which I think is a bit of a plus. All it has to do is break the trend line, and that would take my first shot at silver. It's not a big trend on the 15-minute. That's the only thing it's giving me pause. Like, it's a B because the trend is on the 3-minute, not the 15. The 15-minute trend breaks have been much better for silver.
Dang, man.
And if you're still waiting for Palantir to get to 150, oops, that's the ocean. It's here now. Remember I said it might not be clean. Well, it's
Rough.
not. Why is it still the ocean? I could enter. There we go. So there was nothing clean about the 150 level. It's already gone back and forth on consecutive candles. So it has to break this trend.
Rough morning,
Here. And remember when I showed
rough
you guys
views.
the daily chart on Palantir, the wick through 150 is to 1.
Probably just gonna go to sleep.
So there's at least like a couple of dollars worth of wiggle room
Probably just gonna go back to bed.
that this could go to. But it's at the point now where at least I'd be looking for.
Oh boy.
And again,
Tons of memberships here. Thank you so much to Eddie, man. I mean, it's a 10 spot. It's a 10 spot. It's a 10 spot. That's 30 memberships at $5 each. That's 150. Thank you so much for all of that, man. IESC earnings tomorrow. You're welcome. So you go check out IESC according to Sinister Fitness there. But thank you so much, Eddie, and everybody's just collecting all of those right there. It's going to get you, of course, if you are a member, you do get this morning note by Sharif. That's pretty much the most important thing. You can send some fun emojis and everything, and it's just a way of supporting the show. But today's just 16 pages there. Comcast, we didn't even get to Comcast. Southwest, talk about all of that today. SAP, everything's in here, man. Lockheed Martin is in here. Alphabet, everything is up in here. There's Apple Q1 earnings probe, everything Tesla. But thank you so much. This is a note that Brendan, myself, all of us look at every single day. We want to thank Sharif. We want to thank everyone.
All right.
We just dropped 10 more.
This was fun.
What a beast.
Good luck, everybody. Hope y'all have a good day.
This guy's dealing out memberships right now, left, right, and center. So I don't know. We'll get the subscriber percentage.